In the early 2000s, Morocco believed it was witnessing the birth of something entirely new. A new king, a new era, and for the first time in the nation's history, a visible queen. Her name was Lalla Salma. She stood beside King Mohammed VI at official ceremonies. She traveled abroad, representing the crown. She smiled for cameras and appeared confident, modern, unmistakably present. For a monarchy built on distance and mystery, this visibility felt revolutionary. Morocco had never seen a royal wife like her before. Not named, not photographed, not acknowledged so openly. And then, without warning, she stopped appearing. No palace statement explained her absence. No divorce was announced. No scandal was acknowledged. She didn't fall from grace. She didn't flee the country. She wasn't publicly removed. She simply vanished. Her name faded from royal speeches. Her image disappeared from state media. Even her past appearances felt quietly erased, and Morocco was expected to move on, as if she had never existed at all. This is not the story of a queen who lost her crown. It is the story of a queen who lost her visibility. Let's uncover what really happened here on Empire Elegance. When Lalla Salma married King Mohammed VI in 2002, the event itself wasn't just a royal wedding. It was a cultural shock. Moroccan kings had always married, but their wives were invisible. Their names were not spoken, their faces were not shown. Royal women existed behind walls, not in front of cameras. They lived their lives in private compounds, far from public attention, known only within palace corridors. Lalla Salma changed that rule the moment she stepped into public view. She was introduced by name. She stood next to the king. She was photographed openly, not once, but repeatedly. For many Moroccans, this felt revolutionary. She wasn't born royal or raised inside palaces. She was educated, trained as an engineer, and spoke with confidence that felt natural, not rehearsed. She looked like someone you might pass on the street, except she was now standing beside the most powerful man in the country. For the first time, the monarchy felt human. And for the first time, the public felt invited to look closer. Lalla Salma did not play the role expected of her. She didn't appear simply to wave, smile, and disappear back behind palace walls once the cameras stopped rolling. Instead, she chose to step into places most royals avoided. At a time when illness was whispered about in private homes, not discussed in public halls, she brought one of Morocco's most uncomfortable subjects into the open: cancer. She walked through hospital corridors where cameras rarely followed royalty. She sat beside patients whose stories were never meant for state ceremonies. She listened, quietly, deliberately, and then she spoke. From podiums usually reserved for politics and power, she talked about disease, treatment, fear, and survival, insisting that silence was costing lives. Through her foundation, she turned compassion into action and visibility into responsibility. For many Moroccans, this was more than charity. It was a royal figure acknowledging ordinary suffering. She traveled alone on international trips. She represented Morocco without the king. She became recognizable, not just as a wife, but as a presence. And for a while, it worked. International media praised her. Moroccan women admired her. The image of a modern monarchy took shape around her visibility. But royal systems have limits. And slowly, something began to change. While the public admired the image, the marriage itself remained sealed shut. No interviews were ever given. No personal moments were shared. No stories leaked from inside the palace. Every photograph was curated. Every appearance controlled. And then, quietly, the appearances began to thin. She attended fewer events. Her foundation activity slowed. She appeared less often beside the king. At first, no one panicked, until the silence became permanent. By 2017, foreign journalists began noticing something unusual. At events where Lalla Salma was expected, she didn't appear. At ceremonies she once attended regularly, her seat was empty. Moroccan state media didn't mention it. The palace didn't explain it. Diplomatic observers quietly compared calendars and photographs. Royal watchers began asking questions no one was answering. By 2018, she was gone completely. Her foundation stopped communicating. Her name disappeared from official narratives. New photographs never came. It wasn't dramatic. It was well organized, like removing a paragraph from a book and continuing the story as if nothing was missing. In royal history, such precision rarely happens by accident. It is planning. For a woman once presented as the symbol of a new Morocco, the silence surrounding her disappearance felt deliberate, almost instructional, as if the country itself was being taught how to forget. International media eventually asked directly, "Where is the Queen?" The response was silence, no denial, no confirmation, no clarification. And in royal politics, silence is not weakness, it is control. Because once you explain, you invite debate. And debate is something monarchies avoid at all costs. So the palace chose not to speak and let time do the rest. When official answers don't exist, unofficial ones grow. Not headlines, not accusations, whispers. Diplomatic circles spoke quietly of tension. Some suggested disagreements over her public role. Others believed she wanted a life with more independence than the palace could allow. Nothing was ever proven. Nothing was ever officially stated. But the silence made one thing clear. Whatever happened, it was not meant to be discussed. What made Lalla Salma's disappearance so unsettling wasn't that she left public life. It was how completely she vanished. There was no public divorce to explain her absence, no formal announcement of a change in status, no acknowledgement that she had even stepped away. One day, she was part of the monarchy's image. The next, she was no longer part of the story at all. She was simply erased. Past achievements stopped being mentioned. Her name stopped being spoken. Her image vanished from state media. Even Moroccan journalists avoided the topic, not because they didn't remember her, but because they understood the rules. This was not exile. This was removal from memory. Scandals explode. Silence suffocates. By refusing to speak, the palace controlled the narrative. By erasing her visibility, it avoided confrontation. Royal systems don't need to convince people. They need to outlast them. And slowly, the public adjusted. New images replaced old ones. New stories moved forward. A new normal settled in, and Lalla Salma faded into absence. Officially, nothing is confirmed. Unofficially, reports suggest she lives privately, focused on her children. Some believe she spends time abroad. Others say she remains under strict protection and privacy. There are no interviews, no public statements, no return to royal life. She is alive, but unseen, and that invisibility may be the most striking part of all. In a digital age where even former royals publish memoirs, give interviews, or reappear on social platforms, Lalla Salma has done none of it. No public reintroduction, no quiet return, no attempt to reclaim her story. Whether by choice or by circumstance, she remains absent, a living figure removed from public memory, yet never officially declared gone. In royal history, that kind of disappearance is rare, and it is never accidental. This is not a story about scandal. It's a story about power, about how monarchy manages discomfort, about how visibility is welcomed until it becomes uncontrollable, about how a queen can disappear without ever being declared gone. Lalla Salma didn't lose her crown. She lost her place in the story. It also forces an uncomfortable question. Can visibility exist inside a monarchy without consequences? Lalla Salma's rise suggested it could. Her disappearance suggests otherwise. Her story reveals the fragile line royal women walk, celebrated when they embody progress, restrained when that progress begins to look like autonomy. Lalla Salma was not removed with accusations. She was not pushed out through scandal. She was not publicly dismissed. She was quietly erased. In a system built on tradition and silence, Forgetting can be more powerful than punishment. And sometimes, the most revealing royal scandals are the ones no one is allowed to talk about. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to Empire Elegance, and hit the notification bell for more powerful stories about the lives and legacies of the world's most influential figures. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.